Hello, I am a representative for TeamPrism, the software development team that is making a software called Peer Assessment System. This software is somewhat similar to a traditional self and peer assessment test, but our team has created this software to assist teachers in marking peer assessments. I will walk you through on the process of installation and how to use our software. Our software is designed for students in a group of 6. Future implementation upon request will be designed for students in groups of 3, 4, and 5. Let us proceed with the installation process. Click on the installation folder and it will prompt you with 5 files in this folder. Click on the setup.exe and it will bring you to another window where you will click install. If you have accidentally pressed exit or closed the software, you may go back to the software as the installation has created a shortcut for you in your desktop. Now, let us continue. If you are an admin, firstly, click on the admin button which can be found on the top left corner of the software, and you will be prompted with a login window. You will be given a specific admin user ID and password by our team, and this varies with different admin. As for this screencast, I will use user admin ID as admin and password as admin as well. Let me enter those details. Successful login will display a successful message dialog box. Once inside, you may register the names of students into the software as a record. Take note, you may only be able to register one student at a time. After entering all the necessary details that you need, please click on the register button, and this will record the information in the software. Let me proceed with entering the student detail called test. Successful registration will show us this dialog box with a message called registration successful. You may then log out. If you are a student, firstly, click on the student button and log into your username and ID. For this example, I will log in the username and ID for a student that I have registered earlier. Once I am logged in, I am able to either tag test, which is the self and peer assessment test, view results, or log out of the software. Take note 2 things. Your results can only be viewable after all the students in your team has entered your self and peer reviewed grades and your instructor has keyed in your group mark. After clicking the tag test button, it will prompt you to this window called Assessment Criteria. This Assessment Criteria window contains 2 tabs. The first tab will explain to you on the types of criteria which you will assess your peers. The second tab will explain the grade scale to which you may grade your peer. Once you have done reading both descriptions, you may click Begin Test to begin assessment or go back to the previous window. In the Begin Test window, you may select your team members in each tab. Please remember to fill in all the details. If you have forgotten to fill in one of the blank fields, a warning will be shown upon pressing the Submit button. If you feel like deleting all entries before submission, the software has given you the option to reset your entries for using the Reset button. For example, I will enter the grades for the student called Test. Now this is a self-evaluation for this person. If I don't want these grades and I want to reset it, I will simply click reset. This reset button is applicable for all the blank slots. Once all of the grades has been entered, you may click on the view result by clicking back button. You may click on the view result to show your final grade. Now for this screencast, the student has not taken the self and peer. Once you have done, you may select to log out of the system. If you are an instructor, firstly, click on the lecturer button and log in your details. You are now logged in as an instructor and you have been given with 4 options. You may enter grades, to which you may edit group entered grades within this button, calculate final results, view student results, or you may log off. In the enter grade, you may enter group grades as shown here. In this window, you may also edit the grades and update it as well. You may edit it as so. You may even delete it as so. Let's say I would delete this. Let's delete this record and update. Now, next, you may select the view result button to see all your students have entered their self and peer grades. If all of them are entered, you may close the window and you may click on the calculate final result button. As you can see here, student 3, 4, 5, and 6, they haven't had their personal mark entered here. This is because you, as the instructor, you haven't clicked on the calculate result button. This will only be viewable, like there will be entries here after you click the button, as you can see in this example. Clicking the calculate result button, it will display this message: final grade has been calculated for all groups. Then you click OK, and then when you click view result, it will show you that student 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 personal mark has been calculated for you, but student called this is a test, you don't have his personal mark. This is because this student hasn't done the self and peer assessment. Take note, only after triggering this button, which is the calculate result, your students will have access to their individual final marks. You may now log off once you have done all this. This sums up the walkthrough guide for our software. Thank you for watching.